Hello and welcome to this, the most disco of Elysiums.
Sure is.
It's very,
It's very disco in here.
It's very disco in here. It's actually kind of funny because it's very much not. It's very, like, orchestral and, like, dramatic in that way that, like, Duel of the Fates is sort of dramatic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's got that, like, that air of greatness. Anyway, Tech cannot join us today. He's very busy with very important things. But Cotillion, who is like the commandant of my chat, more or less, when I'm streaming on the VascoDaGamer Twitch channel, he's been trying to convince me that I should play this game forever, and he's correct. I should play this game, but it didn't quite feel like it was suitable for streaming. It's like a lot of reading, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the graphics in this game aren't my favorite. They go for a very stylized look that's interesting. It's not my favorite. It's not like the prettiest game to watch, but the game is exceptionally well written from what little of it I've seen, and it has some really fascinating ideas in its approach to being like an RPG, like a really old school RPG where like stats and rolls determine things. It's I don't know. I guess I don't know a ton about the mechanics, but I know enough to have a general sense of what's going on. I think the game will sort of speak for itself to some extent. Anything else you have to add to that before we get started here, Cotillion?
I would say that this game, especially as far as the art style goes, it's good in an uncomfortable way, the same way that Ren and Stimpy was good in an uncomfortable way.
You know what? I think that's actually very apt. I totally follow that, and I agree with you 100% because I also did not particularly like the art style of Ren and Stimpy. So I think there's probably something kind of similar there. I think you're onto something. But that's personal taste. And either way, I think this game is great from what I know about it.
Yeah, I have played a little bit of this, and I think it's hilarious. There are some lines that I came across while playing this that I was like, oh man, I hear Vasco A, saying this, and B, laughing for a minute straight after having read this.
I feel like I'm vaguely aware of some of these things. Also, what's fascinating about this game, and you'll probably see why in just a moment, I feel like this game has like beyond infinite replay value because like you chose your words carefully there. I suspect like lines you came across because like I think the game can be very, very different depending on how you lay out your skills.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So let's start taking a look at that. It's probably going to take us a minute. So we have some archetypes here as to what type of character we can be. We could be a thinker, extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. And I believe the plus here indicates your signature skill. And if I understand how this works correctly, there's a big chart of skills we will come across in a moment. And you choose one of those, and it's sort of your default. It's like your character's lens through which they see all things and interpret all information they come across. So, like, I think that alone can drastically change how the world works. But so for this example, encyclopedia, which is like knowing random facts, more or less. We could be sensitive, very psychological, magnetic personality, but unstable. Might begin to lose his mind. Signature skill here is Inland Empire, which, as I understand it, is sort of like it's almost like a hallucinogenic interpretation of the Force. It's sort of like all things have like a spirit and a personality, and like you interpret and intuit things by like knowing what personality objects have.
Yeah.
It's super weird. And then there's physical, extremely physical. Interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as rock. Focused on hand-eye coordination. Now, I guess I hadn't given it much thought, but I imagine, like, interpreting the world through, like, physical skills is probably something super weird. But I feel like we pretty much have to do our own, right? I feel like that's mandatory for this type of game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. Especially for people like us with the background that we have in these kinds of games.
Yeah, I think so. So let's continue down this path. so you have a certain number of points, which you can delegate to, your various attributes here. For example, if you max out your intellect, you're a genius. Well, I think the way it interprets it is like any skill that you get up to 6 considers you genius, and you're weak at 2, etc. Like, each number rank is just sort of a thing. So you said you played this game a little bit. Just broadly speaking, what kind of emphasis did you have on skills?
I think I put my emphasis in psyche. Psyche and then intellect, I think.
Here's what sort of appeals to me, and let me know what you think about this. I like psyche because if I remember correctly, psyche has a lot of the skills that are sort of like interpersonal skills, like convincing people of stuff and like emotional intelligence and stuff like that. But I also sort of like the idea of physique, because as opposed to like being physically capable, physique is almost more like charisma in some ways. I think it's like people's like willingness to like trust you or listen to you at first glance. So like those are the two I was kind of interested in emphasizing.
Yeah, and I would say that I think I fell into the trap of your standard RPG tropes where there's basically 2 ways to do things. And this is most apparent in games like Mass Effect. You can shoot your way through things, or you can talk your way through things, and usually the talk your way through things is the one that you have to like put effort into.
Right.
Because your initial mode in those games is just I have a gun.
Yeah, right. Like the core of that game is have guns, so like you can always have gun.
But this game has, I feel like all of the skill checks, so even beyond conversation, all of the skill checks are pretty evenly distributed. Yes. So for as many conversational options that you will have, like where you can convince somebody to do something, there's going to be just as many you can do things with your muscles or with your brain or whatever. So I don't think that, and I know I, for one, tend to always go heavy into the conversational options in games like Mass Effect in the beginning,
yes,
to not lock myself out of things, but I don't think that is a worthwhile thing to do in this game. Basically, these are all conversational options.
Yes.
And it should be mentioned that there's no fighting. There's no or little fighting in this game. It's not a combat-oriented game.
From what I gather, there's probably some instance where you could like maybe get in like a bar fight or something where it's just sort of like you punch a guy out, but it's not like there's a whole combat system about it. It's just sort of like, see if you punch him good enough to knock him out. No, you get knocked out instead, or something like that.
Exactly.
But yeah, so like
that's not to downplay the effectiveness of Psyche also.
Yes. I think I see what you're saying. I'm still sort of... Well, I want to like do a preliminary here and then take a look at the skills a little closer and see if it lines up the way I like. For now, we'll start with this. I feel like I want to go like 5 on something to be a little more interesting, but we'll see. Okay. So like these are like main. So just to give a vague comparison here, if you've played like a tabletop RPG, something like Dungeons and Dragons, these would be like your con and your strength and your dex. Like these are those type of sets. They're the big overarching ones. And then when we go to the next page, like these are a little bit more like skill checks. So like I don't know, like intuition or an investigation, that kind of thing. And again, from this big list of, how many is this? Like 24 different skills. Like we will choose one signature skill, and like it's almost like our internal monologue. It's just like the thing that like it's our first line of defense against anything that happens. So yeah, I like. It's a really annoying sound effect the UI makes every time you touch anything here. So I want to skim real quick over the psyche ones and see what those feel like. Volition, hold yourself together, keep morale up. I guess that's like if something awful happens, see if you keep your composure. There's Inland Empire, which the game describes as hunches and gut feelings, dreams and waking life, which I feel like somehow undersells the point. Empathy, understand others, work your mirror neurons, which I think is a real thing. Authority, intimidate the public, assert yourself. Esprit de corps, connect to Station 41, understand cop culture. That's weird. You do play as a cop. I feel like most of the options in this game sort of lead you to be a pretty bad cop. Not like a villainous cop or a corrupt cop, but like you're kind of just bad at being a cop.
Yeah.
And then suggestion. Charm men and women, play the puppet master. So like, skills that sort of appeal to me from like conversational sense or whatever are like empathy and suggestion and rhetoric, which I realize is in the intellect camp up there. But yeah, looking at physique, the other one I was sort of interested in. Endurance, so I assume that probably increases your hit points, which are an actual resource in the game, though I don't think you use them very much.
Click on the info on the right there? Maybe it actually tells you. Oh, that's a lot of text.
That's a lot of text, though. I feel like I want a middle ground between the amount of text that we got before and this amount of text.
Yeah, maybe we don't need to read all that right now.
Like, if something seems unclear, we can take the more detailed look, but I think we'll default to the sentence.
Yeah.
So endurance is endurance. Pain threshold also kind of sounds like endurance. Shrug off the pain, they'll have to hurt you more. Oof. Physical instrument, flex powerful muscles, enjoy healthy organs.
What's that?
I don't know, something about the phrase enjoy healthy organs is charming and upsetting at the same time. This is cool for muscle men, bare-knuckle brawlers, and gym teachers. Physical instrument is not only your muscles and skeleton, it is your ability to use them effectively. It enables you to do push-ups, sit-ups, knockout punches, and 360-degree spin kicks. It's a one-size-fits-all solution to thriving and surviving in a physical world. At high levels, physical instrument breaks doors, chains, and bones. Makes you laugh at the namby-pansies who can't. You'll be manned up, encouraging others to curl iron until they're manned up too. At low levels, however, you'll have a hard time arresting anyone who isn't infirm or already dead. Indeed, engaging in physical confrontations could leave you in either state. That's an interesting one. Electrochemistry, as I understand it, is like the hippie drug love skill.
Nice.
Shivers, raise the hair on your neck, tune into the city. See, this almost seems like an Inland Empire kind of thing.
I think Inland Empire is more inner focused. It's
Oh, and this is sort of attuned to things outside of you?
yeah, that's how I take it.
That kind of makes sense. And then Half-Light, let the body take control, threaten people. So, like, this kind of... I feel like this kind of... This combination sort of fits what I want to focus on, is, like, the ability to sort of, like, coerce others more than anything. Like, I realize that sounds a little bit like the have dialogue options, but, like, a specific type of character whose goal is to, like,
Get
persuade.
other people to do his things for him.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I like it.
I'm kind of feeling like I almost want to cut like another point from intellect and add it to something else. I don't know why.
I think that would be hilarious. I think it would be I think it would be hilarious to have just an idiot, but somebody that can get people to do their.
That's
whatever
exactly
he
like
wants.
yeah. For some reason, like partially, I think based on the tone of the game I've seen, like I'm really into that idea. Just like an absolute idiot who just like convinces everyone else he's right, even though he's like he has nothing going. So like I like that idea, and apparently I can change this on the screen. So I don't know why the previous screen exists. We think, and also a very important question is what should be our signature skill? Do you have any thoughts on that based on
I tend to get stuck in a rut doing the same thing, so I think I'm just gonna let you pick the signature skill.
Okay, fair enough. I'm kind of leaning towards suggestion, which means I feel like I have to give it the full info read. So this is cool for diplomats, charmers, and sociopaths. Oh, that's me in 3 words. Suggestion urges soft power approach. If people think they want what you want, you've already won. The skill enables you to implant ideas into the minds of others. You can make citizens like you more. You can make gangsters turn on each other too. Many crime rings have been broken by just a little doubt after all. At high level, suggestion makes you affable to everyone and more resistant to their charms in turn. But all that schmoozing and oozing charm will make you slimy, and you'll know it, even if no one else does. With low levels of suggestion, though, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of rapport with others. You'll be alone both during the day and at night. That sounds very close to what I want to do.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that leads to the extra point going into
psyche?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Alright. Set signature. And I think that's everything, right?
Yep.
Alright, let's get going.
Get ready to read.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of reading.
It's actually not too bad.
Acting, though, doesn't it?
Certain parts of the game have voice acting.
Some parts do. I think the very beginning does.
And it's not a terrible amount of text. It's just the whole game is that way.
Yeah, like it's a little bit at a time, but if you were to consider that the whole game is basically all text, it might feel a little overwhelming. This is one of the reasons why we're doing this while Tech isn't around. He doesn't love reading live during game thing. It's not his favorite.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever.
Wow, you know what? I gotta say, that's a really appealing offer. Is that actually on the table? It's 2020, so
start the game dead.
Hey, it's an option in Kyle is Famous. It's a good option. You can just wither away when you wake up.
That's true.
Never, ever.
Have the option. Let's see what happens.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
This is great! Or give me some more, or what? What was that about the X something? I feel like the persuasive idiot is very confident when he doesn't know what's happening. That's my sense.
Yes, it is.
Alright, well, in that case, give me some more.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Hansi, let's go. Or, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. I do kind of like wanting people to give me the things they don't want to give me. I do sort of like that. But what happens if we just never exist? Do we get a game over to like 5 minutes into the game?
Let's find out.
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
Return trip to the Silence, please. Let's visit the ancient Zero Home. Look, there's I'm tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit? I'm tired of being this type of animal.
Not you. old days of giving a shit and being that type of animal were over.
I'm actually really intrigued by, how long will the game let me not exist? Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the death
The
song.
song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you.
Please don't talk about my man meat.
A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Now, I do like the dancing to disco music. I have not witnessed any actual disco music in Disco Elysium. I'm gonna put that out there right now. It may be in the game somewhere. I haven't seen it. It's probably worth noting at this point that this game is just one really long existential crisis. It's just, that's what the game is. So remember how there were 24 skills and each one of them could be your signature skill? Consider the gameplay of this game as sort of each one of those is a voice in your head. You are not one gestalt of a single personality. You are all those disparate parts fighting to implement yourself into the world.
Yep.
It's a lot.
You definitely talk to them, too.
Yes. Speaking of, it's our friend Volition. We can apparently take the longing to dance to disco music because we're a champion. Better help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it. I want to hear more about the sensation. Take me to the formless, disembodied nothing. I'm not scared, I'm a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Someone, cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me. What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
I guess we exist now.
Seems like it.
Tell if the game is loud or not. I did try turning down the music, which seems to be the only thing that is loud. Hey, check out the sweet character model over here, huh?
Yeah. You look real pretty.
So, yeah, here's the actual art style of the game now that we see stuff. We have these little, points of interaction, which... Ooh, pants. Take all pants. Item gain. Flare-cut trousers. Perception. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminum key ring. There's a single key on the ring. Number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. Alright, first puzzle solved.
Good job.
What else we have going on here? Oh, I have a highlight button. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that was a talk icon to interact with the ceiling fan.
Mm-hmm.
The fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Inland Empire. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend, and wants to reattach itself to your neck, so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. So here's the first available skill check in the game, which is to simply grab the tie off the fan without stopping it. We didn't take a close look at all of the skills, but I think savoir-faire is kind of like panache or style. It seems like most of the things you use it for are stylish but impractical. Alternatively, could simply turn off the fan.
Highlight the skill check again.
If
It's
a
worth
20
noting that it says this is a white check, which means you can retry it. There are plenty of them that you either succeed or fail at.
Right. I don't know if there's a name for the other one, but like yes, white checks can retry them, and I don't know if they all work this way. Aren't there some checks that like you can try and fail, and you can retry them, but only if you like find a certain way to unlock them again?
I believe so.
So what do you think? Should we try? We have slightly better than a 1 in 4 chance to grab the necktie.
Might as well.
We failed. Reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. Received 1 damage from this very slowly spinning fan blade. The ceiling fan says, "This is bad. There's like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving for quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying." Oh, weird. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. Yeah, see, now it's locked, but I think there's some way that we could feasibly unlock it. I don't know what that is.
Probably turning on the light.
Well, we could try that. Ah, a terrible mistake. The lights turn off immediately. You can practically feel photons burning a hole in your brain.
That didn't work. Weird.
Pain threshold. We succeeded at having pain threshold.
Nice.
Just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. Alright. I think the persuasive idiot says to bring it on. This is still locked. I guess we have to do the smart thing unless we really want to mess around. Do you want to mess around?
I mean, you have to do this eventually. You might as well do it now while you're here.
Yeah.
Still only have a 72% chance of success.
I got it, though. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. Warning! Warning! The necktie is no longer contained. Item gained. Horrific necktie. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. Leave. So, did it default put it on? Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, look at that necktie. It sure does have too many patterns on it. I'll get all this here.
So don't forget to hold tab. So I think there's other things too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Some bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Is this shirt? Take all shirt.
There is.
So, I think various clothes give, like... Yeah, they give, like, different attributes. For example, this shirt gives us a -1 to our key stat of suggestion because of our... because we smell bad? But it adds +1 to our conceptualization, which I think is kind of like creativity. Mirror, huh? Or maybe the mirror's the thing next to it? This thing next to it also looks like a mirror. Is this a window?
I think it's a door.
A door? Where would a door lead at this like
Closet?
point in the room? Oh, maybe? But a bathroom closet? I actually just saw...
Why not?
I saw one on a TV show recently, and I had the same thought, which was, a bathroom closet? Of course, that was also a bathroom closet that wasn't like, you know, bathroom supplies or linens or anything like that. It was like it was like a regular closet you would see in a bedroom.
Like a walk-in?
Yeah, it was weird. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink, and a fierce discharge of masculine energy. Someone has ripped off half the faucet. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really? Nothing? Really? All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This is no mere night of drinking. This was a deluge of world-ending proportions. Wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror, Abort! You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, but you will never unbecome it. I don't care. I hurt myself. It's what I do. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. I think the persuasive idiot's just, like, in on this. So, like, the face here is not so traumatizing. The face here is very bad and upsetting. I don't know why they don't precisely match. Anyway, behold! I have no idea who this thing is, do you? This is definitely what I say in the morning when I look in the mirror. Oh, dear Lord, help me, what is this? Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or... Wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? I'm not making it. The face, it's doing it by itself. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Nah. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You've worn that grin into your face. Now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Superstardom. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. Also very good. I feel like superstardom. You should check yourself for a pulse superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. I almost died trying to get that done. Mirror. Find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand to your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive. For now.
I think these are mutually exclusive. I could be wrong, but I think you only get to pick one of these. You don't get to come back and do the other one.
I think that's probably right. Dig deep into your mind and locate the source of the expression, or attempt to stop the expression from happening. I feel like, as an emblem of superstardom, we're not intent on trying to stop the expression, but we're equally unlikely to accomplish either one, so there's that.
Yep. This makes more sense to me.
Check failure. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. And we could try the other one. Interestingly, this one says Encyclopedia 1, which checks out with our skill allotment, and electrochemistry should be higher, I think. But they both said that they were 3%, which is weird. Failed that one too.
So if you mouse over impossible, up.
Oh, up here?
Yeah, it'll tell you.
Oh, it actually tells you
what you needed.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, impossible is 18. We got 15 done. It's too late. No, what were you gonna say?
I mean, it's a 2 dice roll, so the maximum you could have gotten for the dice is 12, and your skill is only 5. So yeah, it is technically impossible.
Good point. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological mirror for you to cease producing it. Let the mirror be for now. I can check what this is. It seems to be locked. Let's go ahead and finish dressing, I think. This is like a blazer or something. Take off the
jacket, I think.
It's a disco ass blazer. I sure hope candy comes out of that. What does that do for our stats? Makes us more cop-like. Got it.
It's interesting the ties in an Empire.
It is, but I don't know, I get the impression that of all physical objects, at least that I've seen in the game, it feels like the tie has most of that like weird personality that I associate with Inland Empire. So we tore out the tape while the song was playing. And that's not of any interest, or which real tape player is still on, rolling empty. Anything else of real note here? What's this?
You're conspicuously not clicking on the bottle.
I already did click the bottle once, and it just like didn't do anything. I have one shoe.
Got your left foot shoe.
Let's click bottle. I really thought I did click magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red that is now empty. I think we're good unless we want to turn the fan on again.
No, I think that's unnecessary.
I do like our completely staggered walk cycle. Ugh.
Like the weather report there.
Yeah, it's nice.
26 degrees centigrade, whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a glass of water. There's something on the table. Yeah, I clicked on it so I could learn what it was. What was it? Oh, I see. It's
Money.
40 coins. It's like,
You could say they were reals.
yes, I believe the currency is reals.
Oh, man.
Calendar says it's March. The year is 51. That's all I need to
That's
know.
true.
It's... oh, Lord. Classia? Class G? Classia? Miss Orania Disco Dancer? The woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Officer? Am I military personnel? Turn your bloated face away from her beauty and just keep on walking. No, I feel like I have too much confidence to just ignore her. I must learn everything.
No.
She seems perplexed by the question. Authority. There's only one solution to this. You are a businessman. Yeah, I mean, that's the one. I'm a businessman. Chief executive officer, right? The young woman shakes her head slowly. Okay, chief technical officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir?
I mean, again, just nothing but confidence, man. Damn right I'm a policeman. Don't you forget it.
Okay, cool. I won't.
Yeah, that's good. Empathy. She means it. She wouldn't defy authority, however sweaty and bloated it may look. How did you know I was a police
First,
officer?
I have to ask, are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring you something?
Endurance. She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth, but you can keep it down because your body does not control you. It's a small wonder I'm even able to formulate this very thought, but I'll be fine. How did you know I was a cop?
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it.
What kind of business?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Wow, we have a high chance of this? I mean, it's our key skill, but dang. That's a hard check. I mean, we got it.
What is the...
Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her. Physically. This will not go well, even if we succeed at it. Let's roll. Boom. Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this? I'm at death's door, bloated, a goner, and still... does the longing ever stop? Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men, she says matter-of-factly. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural. She puts out her cigarette. I'm unclear. Did that work? She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes. And no, it never stops.
Goodbye.
Please notice that she responded to something we thought.
I did not notice that. Do I...
Pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of that.
The what?
The living shit.
Your
The
Mesolimbic...
Mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes.
Should I ask myself if I am already a smoker?
I don't see why not. Who knows what you are? A monster? A murderer? The gnome of Jeroma?
Mm.
You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub still smoldering deliciously.
Electrochemistry is the worst. But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that, a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied, then smoke them all.
Smoke them all. Horrific necktie. The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly the garish tie feels very snug. Or you could not do that. No one's making you. Our options are, yes, I should do that. I should enthusiastically do that. I should not do that. I'll make it priority one, or I'll think about it. I mean, the one that feels like it most fits my personality is simply do it enthusiastically. But I don't know what we'll actually find.
They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now, but find cigarettes, smoke them, blam! Instantaneously a cool, renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils.
Let's see. New task. Find smokes and smoke them.
Wow. Plus smoking gives massive bonuses.
Is that actually true? I'll check quest stuff later.
I did not get that side task, I'm fairly certain.
I don't remember being able to investigate that cigarette, at least in what I saw of someone place for this before. Maybe that's because I charmed her or whatever?
Yeah, I also recall getting into her room. So, weekend edition of the satirical something.
Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange.
It's like you've been blackout drunk for 3 days.
It's kind of like that.
I do know that if you go out on the... Yeah, this way.
That, like, door that I saw before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to check that out. I felt like it could be a secret. I feel like I should know what's here, but I don't. Pick dialogue options that begin with hold on or wait to gain additional information before the conversation moves on.
Interesting.
It is interesting. That's a good little shorthand. What is it?
Yeah. Something you are missing.
Is it my other shoe? It's my other shoe. Why is it here? Full shoes. What does that do for me? +1 composure, -1 saddle fire. Heals ridiculously high.
Yeah, but they're awesome watchtower heals.
The only mission is to find cigarettes and smoke them.
I mean, what more mission do you need?
Secret task complete. Find your other shoe. Gain experience 10. Composure. There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Wait, these do not look like normal cop shoes. Or how do they fit? I want to know about how they fit. Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. Also, it smells like the sea, or something.
Pretty much. Might explain those seagulls.
Does anything ever really explain the seagulls?
At night, the streets are emptier. I missed the rest of that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Did not catch it. So if I
Can you
click
try
and
that
hold,
middle door?
I can sure try it.
I don't know if you can do anything with it. Apparently you can look
Doesn't
at it.
it doesn't look like I can do much. It feels like there should be some interaction here, but there's not currently. I can maybe interact with her door.
Yeah, you can try and bother her.
Try the handle feels a little ambitious even for the persuasive idiot.
I mean, you're pretty confident in yourself.
You're right, I am. It will be opened with a key or from the inside. Door, comma, room number 3. There is no answer. I like that the door tells you that. Perception. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. Tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me.
Judy, don't abandon me in all this ugliness.
I feel like we just swallow the emotion. Probably leave. I think it's time to go downstairs.
There are people downstairs.
Yeah, maybe we can make a friend. Equip a flashlight in low light areas. Some rendering happening. Don't worry about that.
Mm. I like this song.
Pretty good song. This is where the lyrics would be. Big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. But I'm already here. Why must we wait? Speaker is connected to the radio. Music is seasoned with static. Do you have a go-to karaoke song, Cotillion?
No, I don't sing outside my car. Not gonna think that thought.
I've done karaoke before. I don't think I truly have a go-to. Actually, it might be Mambo Number 5, which is an embarrassing song, but definitely a signature. Here's Gart, the cafeteria manager. Would you like to be Gart?
Okay. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance and looks down again.
Empathy. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now, he's purposefully ignoring you. I feel like I would just blurt this out. Something tells me you don't like me.
You're a hero. A real hero cop.
Oh, I see. He's Tim Curry from, basically anything. He's just
Yeah.
Tim Curry. So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
What did I do?
What did you not do? First, you took the body down. Then you solved the murder. Then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Oh my god, I did all those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
So what have I been doing then? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. Not always here.
He looks down
He
again.
looks down again and keeps plucking at its bird.
Is that a euphemism? Let me find out. I'll look
No,
at the bird.
A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that used to mount it, most likely on a wall.
Something about it makes you feel bitter. Can I help with the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
I'm a cop and I talk to whomever I please.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
You the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
He shrugs.
He shrugs.
There's something there and it's not good. That's all you know for now. Well, I really like having empathy as, like, an easy trigger. I feel like you get a lot of good information. Like, this early in the game was pretty obvious, but I like you're talking to someone who's just sort of like, I think he's upset about that, or whatever. Let's leave.
You gonna think that thought that's been spinning around your head?
I could give it a shot. You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get, your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. These options are all very good. My soul is immense. My soul is modest. It's normal-sized. My soul is puny. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. Discard thought. My soul's immense. It's very big. Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Ooh, Half-Light. Whether they like it or not, ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself. This goes well with the theory I'm developing, that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person. That sounds correct, yeah. He was mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline. Yeah, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. What should I sing? You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You'll wreak havoc with it, don't worry. I feel like I'm a little bit of a positive person. Thinking maybe I could sing something happy. No. Don't sing the happy song, it's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. New task, sing karaoke. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. Very well. So, will it actually let me, pose on stage? It says to do that after I have the thought, but I don't think I can.
It says holding tab. Show. Yeah.
No. Oh, wait. Oh. If I stand here... well, at least I've learned I belong here.
It's true.
Let's go talk to that person he indicated and see if we can make a friend. I'm not sure if we're friends with that bartender.
Seems like your friend to me. Kim Kitsuragi, a bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket, is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
Ooh, spirit decor. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's ways to save you. You're sure of this, but why? I think I just shake his hand. I don't have time for questions, I'm too confident.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. I feel like this isn't gonna work. We gotta try. Wait, does it...
Yes.
No, that just tells me the past roll. Alright, yeah. Give it a shot. Like that it gives us a name, though, when we fail. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. It's so cool. It's very cool, but I won't come off like... Would I come off like a douche if I call myself that? It's very, very cool, but maybe just a bit too ostentatious. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. It's this one.
Yes, well...
He doesn't even process what you just said. He moves on.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
It taps his foot more out of habit than impatience. I have not.
I mean, you're an idiot.
I have not. You want to... What interview?
I feel like the idiot would be like, what interviews? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we're also a confident idiot.
That's true.
But we're early enough in the game we could stand to find out some more information.
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
This man has infinite patience. He's a very good counterpoint to whatever mess of a human being this game makes you play as.
Yeah.
Oh, those interviews. I have not.
Okay,
No.
we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Completely is a good answer.
Look, man, yeah.
I think I'm neither going to affirm or deny. I'm gonna lay it out there for him. I don't like dead bodies.
But did you take it down from the tree?
Look, man. If you're gonna get all factual with me, no.
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a wariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should get there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspector General.
What?
Internal Affairs. And I'm not them. I'm from Criminal Investigations.
Got it. Now you said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean?
Yes.
But they're just white rectangles.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revicol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
I have a badge. I'm a policeman, and I have my badge. New task before your badge missing.
Oh. There's a moment's pause, then he continues carefully. If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave, but since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
Mm-hmm. What were we supposed to do, though?
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
But I can't remember anything.
He looks at you for a moment in silence. I can see you drank last night, and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through much worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there's a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern.
Yeah, painkiller would be good right about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. Oh, God.
The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do.
I can't even respond directly to that. Okay, so, what if I wasn't really a police officer? What if I was actually some sort of superstar?
We all feel that way sometimes. There's no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
So much patience. He's such a good character. I love him.
But first, we have to take it down.
Alright, let's roll.
After you, officer.
So we got 2 new tasks. Interview cafeteria manager and inspect victim's body. Tutorial agent? Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. If I click on him right now,
Yes?
I can ask him a bunch of actual real questions. Probably don't have time for that.
Another time.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we talk to the cafeteria manager or leave it for next time?
I think we should leave it.
Alright, sounds good. Do leave a comment and let us know what you think of this game. I'm very excited to play it. I think we've already gotten a pretty good sense of the game's humor at large. Like, it's a little tough to say definitively what it's like, because when the sort of voices in your head interject is kind of determined by dice rolls sometimes. So, like, I mentioned earlier, like, I feel like these playthroughs could be very different, because if you just happen not to get some of these rolls we've gotten, then you don't get some of that text and input from your consciousness. It's a weird game, but it's very interesting. I love... It's, there's like a cliche in a lot of like story-based games that like you have amnesia and have to like learn everything. I think this is a very interesting, very different way of doing that.
Yeah, I like making everybody else tell you about yourself.
And there's definitely like a weird conceit that like everyone will tolerate you for long enough to tell you stuff, but like for me it works really well. I like it. Anyway, yeah, let us know what you think. I think we'll probably play at least a little more of it. There's a good chance we'll play it for a while. Tech's got a lot going on right now. So we wanted to try something a little different that he wouldn't feel left out from. And I don't know, I think this game's a lot of fun from what I've seen of it, and I look forward to trying more. Hope you do too, and maybe we'll see you here next time.
Bye.